honest. Putting the shutters up, I was a wee buzz this morning.
Class, mate. That's unreal.
What about all you guys all buzzing?
Mate, we were fucking flat out this morning. Oh, I think we're live here. Kev, what about you, dude? You all good, mate? How you doing?
Super, absolutely super, mate.
Good. Fucking hell, dude. Look at the guns again. Jesus.
They're back, mate. They're back.
Guns are back. Look, check out that shit. You've been lifting. Dude. How was this morning? How was this morning in the gym?
Really, really good. It was nice to see people, and most of all, it was nice putting them shutters up and just a buzz this morning. Anyone who woke up, I couldn't wait to get in. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I was to say it was like Christmas last night.
Like I see that group chat this morning when I got up. Everybody putting photographs of their gyms, and I was like, "Yes, let's get this going."
Oh, it was unreal. It was unreal. So good to be back. So good to be back coaching people. Kev, give us a wee bit of background. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and a wee bit of background about how you get into the industry. For anyone that doesn't know.
Okay, so Kevin McGuigan, coach from Ballymena, now gym owner, proud gym owner. Background, started bodybuilding a long time ago, let's say 23 years ago, started lifting weights. Basically just wanted I was looking for abs at the time.
Right.
I fell out with a girl I was with for years, was looking a wee bit of a change, living a toxic life, drinking a lot, partying, and wanted something different. So started training with one of my mates. There was 5 of us at the time, and within about 6 months, it kind of went through all the partners, and they had all left, and I just fell in love with training straight away. When I lifting weights, for me, it was just class. I loved it. It was building confidence, and I liked being around the people in the gym as well. So from there, mate, I kind of just really, really got passionate about it. Got myself in good shape, and 6, 7 years later, about 3 years into it, I met a guy in the gym, and he was a bodybuilder. He had competed and all, and he kind of took me under his wing. So it brought me to the next level, because it was like I was just learning stuff. There was no PTs or anything back then. It was just, you go to the gym, you drunk milkshakes, ice cream milkshakes, and raw eggs. Weekend. So that's what it was. And then he took me under his wing, and he kind of coached me a bit. Not actually coached, but I suppose he kind of showed me the ropes. And then when I was 7 years into it, a guy comes in the gym one day, and he had just passed the PT course. And he said to me, "You'd be a great PT, because I see you in the gym all the time. You're fully dedicated. You're in great shape." And so I ended up doing the course and passed the course. And then I met a girl from Derry, ended up going down there, and I got a job in Fitness First. And so I met a couple of PTs in there, and they were all into competing and all. So like down in Derry, it was another level again from what we were learning in Ballymena. So one of the PTs at the time says to me, "Would you want to come across and meet this other guy? He's a professional bodybuilder. I want him to have a look at me because I'm doing a show." So I was like, okay. So I went over with him, and when I was there, the professional bodybuilder was Liam Stewart at the time, absolute gem of a guy. Goes to me, "Let's have a look at you as well." And I was like, what? You know, you stand in the middle of a gym full of bodybuilders, self-doubt. You know, you didn't think you were like at any level at all. You're seeing these big guys.
Yeah.
So he stripped me down, and I thought, oh shit, I was like paranoid about my legs. And I said, "I don't like my legs. I could do it." He was like, "Well, your legs is the best part of you for a start."
Right.
So he says to me, "You'll be a brilliant first timer."
Right. Okay.
So 12 weeks later on stage, won my first competition. And then that was it, mate. It just went the beliefs saying that you could get better and better and better. And then that guy, actually, Liam himself, trained me for 12 months after. Again, mate, this level of training was a different ballgame. I mean, even the mindset of it was pushed beyond. You know, it was just pushed beyond. You were going to different levels. Nearly sick every Wednesday doing legs for a full year. Unbelievable gains in that year. I think it's something like, I don't know, it was 13 or 16 pounds or something to come on that year. It was just like, it was a crazy change in the physique. Then I ended up doing the novices in Belfast, where a lineup was 16 people, massive lineup. And a guy beat me there at the time, Big Andy McBride. He was a freak.
Right.
He was a freak, an absolute brilliant bodybuilder and great guy. He shouldn't even have been in the novice. He was too big, but it was his first show, so they didn't really know where to put him.
Right.
end of the day, that's where he went, so I got
The
second.
Belfast guy, is he from Belfast?
No, he's from Korean.
Right. Yeah, okay.
I got second to him at a lineup of 16 people. So I was absolutely buzzing. For me, that was a massive step forward again. And then the next day we were doing the novices in Derry then, and he couldn't do them anymore because he had to move up because he had won the day before.
Right.
So he gave me favourite the next day. So went on and won the novice in Derry, which I was buzzing. Because I was so good on the day, they put me into the Mister class because I'd won. And I was like, right, okay. So I went on, and in that class, I don't make the doors to open 2 seconds.
Go ahead, you're all right there.
Go ahead. Where was that? Oh, yeah. So they put me up in the higher class, Mister class, which I thought, shit, I have no chance here, but I'll do it anyway. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won it.
Unreal.
I won the Mister class, and that was it. Then it kind of. What happened then was I lost a partner through suicide, which kind of knocked me way off track. Then I stopped the PT, and then I was just living a bad lifestyle. Mate, I was grieving, things were bad. And then after a few years, I was all over the place. I took a wee trip to Australia, actually, trying to sort my head out. Came back from Australia. I was missing home. I looked at the life I was living, and I was like, this has to change when I go back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Came back. Thought myself, let's get focused and do a show again. I know the training will keep me on track. I'll keep me away from the life I was living. Went on, done a show, won it, and then a girl contacted me about getting her in shape, and that's when the transformations was all starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So got her ready. She won the competition, and then that was it. I started to get a lot of attention then, so I thought, right, this is my opportunity to get back PTing. Went on, and PTing went great for a while, and then it kind of staled me, I staled. I was just like, I was charging very little money. I wasn't getting any better because I was just doing bodybuilding. And then I suppose I was seeing people around me that I was far more experienced and, in my opinion, better trainer, but I wasn't doing as good as them. So I was like, what are people doing different that I wasn't? So it was then, obviously, then I met Laura. I met Laura, and then what was happening with Laura and the weigh-in was very intelligent. So I seen her constantly in the books and getting smarter and smarter. And Laura was doing a uni degree, and I was seeing her getting smarter and smarter. And then it started to click. I had no education. This is why everybody's getting better than me. So I started doing a couple of online courses, nutrition and that, and kind of just get better in them departments. And then you appeared. You appeared on social media, and I'm like, this is what I need to be doing here, something with this guy. And then that's when I made the call, mate.
Class, mate. I'm gonna bring you back a few steps here. I'm gonna bring you back a few steps because a bit of nostalgia kicked in there whenever you were talking about back in the early days of bodybuilding, because I used to train in Centaur fucking 20 years ago now, right? I don't know if you ever trained there, but he's a bit of a legend in fucking Belfast. Both owners now, Paul McElroy, but before Paul took it over, it was Victor.
Okay.
And Victor used to sell these milkshakes. They were, see, just as you were saying, they were like, but see, even at that, I know bodybuilding has probably changed a lot since back in those days. I'm sure, the sort of it's not an area that I've never been to a show. I've nothing in that area. I don't know the whole ins and outs of it. But I'm sure there's still a lot to be said for old school approaches, even in bodybuilding.
Yeah. I suppose then the old school works, you know what I mean? But the science of training, the science of nutrition,
yeah, absolutely,
has all changed massively. So people are approaching it completely different now. Back then it was just lift lift as heavy as you can. Doesn't matter about form. Just eat as many calories as you could.
Yeah.
That's what bodybuilding was when I used to go to the gym back then. There was no coaches then. There was nobody had a clue what they're doing. There was no internet.
Yeah. And I'm curious on this here one. So the show, the 2 days in a row, in terms of preparation for that there, because I suppose now it's changed again. I don't think that would happen now, would it? You would compete 2 days in a row?
Yeah, you can. There's shows, sure, there's different federations do them in different days now. They nearly do it like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday now, you know, kind of
Okay.
where they used to be spread it out throughout the year. And I guess when the guys are in shape, they may as well do all shows rather than spreading them out each a different part of the year and just getting some competitors.
Right. So in terms of like, let's say refeeding after the first show, because I would say people would probably have a tendency to look better the next day and the following day because they're actually.
That's usually because you don't carb up, right? You're probably
Yeah.
you're sensitive. You're scared of ruining your physique.
Yeah.
And you're not going to spill. You're not going to gain any fat or any water for probably about a 5-6 days extra after the show.
Yeah.
So for me, it was going from one show to the next show. It was on the Saturday we competed in Belfast, and it was basically eat loads of food that night because you're still going to wake up the next day in shape.
Lean,
but I actually woke up the next day flat.
Right. Okay.
But then I start banging carbs in me like mad again for later on in the afternoon. So I suppose, like even the night show, I look better at the night show on the Sunday.
Takes a lot of dedication.
Oh, unbelievable! It's 24/7.
Yeah, I remember actually. I remember one of our like earliest conversations. We were actually talking about this here, and I don't know if you were still considering like possibly competing. I remember vaguely we had a conversation. You were walking down the street and you were saying about competing and blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, like in my mind, I had in my mind, and I tell people this, like I'm open about it. You know, whenever trainers come to me, and they're still competing in whatever, like powerlifting, bodybuilding, kettlebells, calisthenics, whatever. I'm like, you do know from a business perspective that's got to take a back seat.
Yeah.
Because the level of commitment that it takes to do something like that, it essentially does take away from growing your business. You know, you basically have to flip that script.
Yeah, you couldn't do both.
No way, dude.
I suppose when I met you, it was a perfect timing for me because I was like, I had a couple of injuries, and like I hadn't trained in ages, and you know, I was saying to you, actually it was more the case of wanting to get back to where I was, but not competing. And you were going on about the commitment then. And when I look back now and think about the commitment that I put into bodybuilding, I now put into helping other people through my business, which it's the same principles. It's full-on commitment. It's just different skills.
It's just different actions.
Yep.
100%, mate. 100%. And then look at the fucking outcome. You know, it's like transfer your athlete's mentality to your business and then look and see what happens.
100%. 100%. I think I read a post of yours one time about you doing that as well. And whenever I read it, I was thinking, Jesus, that's you know, the commitment I need to get to the next level. And there's all these levels in the business, like to get to where I am today, you know, and obviously I've been from here to here with you and you've guided me through them all. So yeah, I mean, if you have that fitness background, you got to a really high level and you can transfer that mindset into business, you'll get your business to a good level.
100%. 100%, mate. Tell us a wee bit about the business, Kev. So, you know, where were you? What was going on? Whenever we met, because I know you were doing like one-to-ones mostly. It's kind of old school approach, basically, to personal training.
Yep, I was still doing all weight training, one-to-ones. Excuse me. I needed a load of new skills. I needed to become more of a modern day personal trainer rather than stuck in the old school bodybuilder. So, I suppose whenever I came to you, I was doing one-to-ones, far too many of them, no time in my hands, wasn't very professional. And I think I was at the peak of where I was ever going. So I would say I was stuck. I was still doing okay for what I knew, but I wanted to get more professional. I wanted to learn new skills. I wanted to follow suit what you were doing. I seen what you were doing on your social media, and I was like, well, this is how people are going forward. But for me, Lenny, like I had no education, no confidence when it came to learning. So going into the mastermind for the first time, I was like, what the hell is going on here? And this hell shaking like a leaf. I didn't even know where I was going or who it was at that stage. That's the truth.
I remember that, like, it's so funny because it's like, I obviously I've been, you know, through the process of being in kind of your shoes. I owned the gym from day one, but still the thought process, you know, it's like, fucking hell, can I make this change? Can I make this? Can I do this here? Am I capable? Imposter syndrome, and everyone gets that. Like absolutely everyone gets that. If you say you don't, well then you don't care enough.
Do you not think there's a wee element of imposter syndrome every time you climb the ladder up the steps? You don't think, I don't think I could go there. Next thing you're doing it, and then you're achieving it, and then you go, I could.
What the fuck just happened there? We talked about this here the other day. We were like on a call. I was like, dude, like just think about some of the conversations that we had. You know, the first one I said to you, right, you're going to start personal training, and you were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Yeah. And then it's like, right, you're gonna apply this system, you're gonna do this, you're going to open the gym. I'm not going to open the gym. No, mate, you're going to open the gym. It's so
here with a gym and an extension.
Tell us a bit about it. Tell us a bit about it, man. What goes on in Change for Life?
So basically, it's a semi-private gym, mate. We started off doing our groups of 4 to 6 people, personal training, and we do females groups, we do males groups, and then we do like mom's team training. And it was all we groups of 4 to 6, which I love, by the way, and everybody here loves it. But quickly it excelled that fast that we were like, whoa, shit, we need some more space. And the numbers, then we started going from 6 to 8. And then 8 was your max in this room.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what do we do next? And then I thought, okay, maybe I was thinking about the extension. And then the guy that owns this place goes to me, well, there's people inquiring about, you know, the other part of the building, you know, where are you at? And I was like, shit, at that point, I was going through the whole, am I good enough here to do this? Yeah. You know, I was thinking small rather than big. And you know, it's like when them big changes are put in front of you, you start, imposter syndrome kicks in again. You know, it's that next level again. So you're doubting yourself. But he was kind of putting me on the spot, and I was like, do you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And I spoke to one of my mates about it too, and he was like, just use the same attitude you did with the first one. Just go and do it. And I was like, I know all the systems in play. We use guys, all the helps or all the mistakes will not be, you know, happening by me because I'll avoid them because of you. So it's like, could go wrong. If I just listen to Lenny and just keep going, everything else has went right so far.
If I just don't argue with Lenny, if I just stop arguing with him.
So it's just like, you know what? Why not? Yeah, why not? And again, we were in lockdown. So there was, you know, I wasn't, obviously I was doing some online stuff. So I had all this time. And I thought the last lockdown, I used it for, education. So I was doing a lot of mobility, FRC and all that stuff, learning all that stuff for the reopening. This time I thought, you know what, let's just have the gym ready for reopening.
Absolutely.
Let's have a bigger room. And that was it. Now next door's ready.
Class, mate.
Finished yesterday.
I was like an information phase and then an execution phase.
Yep.
You know, information via execution. You can collect all this information, but you still, it's like there has to come a point where you're like, boom, now we put it into play, which is exactly what you're doing. Yep. And you've also got 2 team members now as well.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about the lads.
So the lads, the good thing about the lads is they've been on my journey. They know, you know, they've seen the progression with me over the years. They know I'm just putting the work in constantly, and they've been part of the process. So what I've been learning, they've been learning from me. And you know, they're part of Change for Life, which is great, and they know my story, and they're emotionally attached to me as well. So there's a great connection as clients, as friends, and now as employees. So basically I asked Brian to come on board because I've been trying to get him on board for a couple of years, and he finally bit the bullet and thought, oh, you know what, I'll go do the course, which started in January as well there. So they're just coming through here in a perfect time too. And then Charles had asked me, did I think he would be good enough for PTing? I was like, absolutely, mate. You've got the training experience. You know, you've been training me for years. You've been doing football for years. You're passionate about it. You love it. You have a bit of a story yourself. I says, if I can get you now up the Lenny, get you your coaching skills sorted, we can put all them together and you can just get better.
Yeah, and they're absolutely the lads. They're fucking smashing it on the course right now as well.
Yeah, and they're doing good, mate. So I'm looking forward to getting them on the floor, getting them the first few sessions, and then see where we can go. And I can put the feet up a wee bit. Like you'd be
Unreal,
drunk.
dude. Well, again, this was, this was another conversation that we were kind of having the other day. It's like, and you mentioned it earlier on. It's like, there's certain levels of business. At some point, I'm going to say to you that you need to stop coaching now on the gym floor.
And you know what? I'm not even going to argue about that.
Yeah,
That beats me.
I'm saying this.
Beats me at the thought of not being able to coach on this floor, because I still love coaching. I love being around people. I just buzz off it. So I'm not going to argue with you in this, because everything else seems to be right.
No, here, dude. You know what? I say this here to gym owners, but like this morning, and I couldn't fucking miss it. Like I was like a child at Christmas. It was like Christmas Eve to me last night. I could barely sleep. At the thoughts of going in and having a fucking bunch of people in the gym, and it was fucking rammed this morning. Like, and it was just unreal. The vibe was unreal. Everyone was coaching, educating people, and it's just like, fuck me, this is what you'll live for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if you want to grow the business further, and you do want to grow the business further, of course, it's like sometimes I have to just over time decrease the level of work that you actually do.
Yeah, I definitely in the future, like, I've been working for the last 9 years, constantly at this, and like I've met Laura, coming up to 7 years, and like every night from Monday to Friday, I'm in the gym. Do you know what I mean? And it comes to a stage now where I kind of want to just put, actually nearly 8 years. She'll kill me, but
you're in trouble there, mate.
So I'm at that stage now, mate, where I want to be sitting with the Wayne and Laura, even a couple of nights a week, 2 or 3, just sitting making them dinner, because I've worked hard enough to get here. You know what I mean? So it's now time for me to do, sit there and have family dinner when I should be there, and do all my work on the business like you want me to. Well
deserved, mate. Well deserved. If there was anything that you could have possibly done different, well, I'll ask you a couple of questions on this here. If there was anything that you could have done different, let's say from the start until now, what do you think it would have been?
Start of my PT course, or the start of?
So let's say the start of your career in the industry. What would you have done differently?
If I could rewind it back to when I done that first course, I would have definitely done a lot more courses, kept educating myself, and tried to learn more the business side of things. Definitely, I think it's practical, mate. Definitely get involved with like-minded people. Be around people that are achieving what you want to do, and don't think you're at the peak. Don't think you know it all when you don't. I suppose definitely would have changed all them. I definitely would have kept educating myself after one course, search for something else. Then obviously get a mentor to go to you. Let him guide you. Here, this is where you need to go. You'll get lost.
Yeah, mate, it's crazy. I had a call the other day with a guy who was inquiring about coaching with me and whatever, and he's just opening up a facility, and he was kind of I didn't close him on the deal. I tried to sell him on the coaching, just being transparent. I wanted him to do it because he's just opening a gym, and based on what he was telling me, I'm like pulling my hair out, because I'm like, dude, like, just stop. I'm not even gonna fucking, like, I'm just killing the call here. I'm not even gonna take you through the sales process. If you don't do this, you're a fucking maniac. And then I just passed them on to you. I was like, dude, get this.
You know what? If he could see in the future the mistakes he's gonna make,
I know,
then he would take you up on that offer, because it's a must. It's a must. Like you've told us before, you think of an idea, seek a professional person, then take action what he gets you to do, get feedback from him. And guess what? You've got progression. That's simple success, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. The feedback loop.
But I told you this before I started with you. It's a doubt thing in yourself. Oh, am I going to get the right stuff? Am I going to get the right feedback? Is it going to get a return on investment? Am I going to learn from this? Also, a little bit of fear of stepping out of your comfort zone and being around people at a higher level than you. But mate, when I look back on it now, like, I wouldn't be sitting in here today. No way would I be doing this.
Yeah.
Like even your belief systems and your confidence grows. And then even the certainty of who you are and what you're doing and what you want.
Absolutely.
You know, all that comes with personal development and mentorship.
Absolutely, mate.
You know what I mean? Unbelievable, mate. You've got to do it. If you're out there and you're stuck, you know, and you're wondering how other people's doing it, they're doing it because they're getting help. They're not weak if they ask for help. It's actually a sign of strength.
100%.
Like, I love it. I'm obsessed by it now.
Me too, mate. Me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's like, I actually heard this term a couple of weeks ago. Having all the right answers is smart. Having all the right questions is genius. Right? So it's like the thing, the question in that case is, well, what am I missing? Right? If you just always ask, well, what am I missing, and who do I, or how, or who, where do I need to go in order to find out what I'm missing? If you always do that, well, then you've always got that curiosity. And then if you've always got curiosity, well, then you're always willing to expand and grow and try new things.
So what am I missing? Keep asking yourself, what am I missing? You'll be constantly looking for progression.
Yeah. What am I missing? What do I not see?
Yep.
Yeah. Kev, so a couple of things here, right? I said to you on the call the other day that I think, you know, at some stage or another, you'll then have to start giving back to, you know, the people in your immediate network, the young trainers coming through in Ballymena.
Yep.
Like I personally believe that, you know, whenever the business gets to a certain point, which yours is very, very close to, at least it will be in the immediate future, you have a duty and an obligation to give back to the industry that's given you so much throughout the years. And I think that you're going to start doing that pretty soon. So, you know, let's say some young lad, young girl, like what's the best piece of advice you give them? And you probably already touched on it, but yeah, what's the best bit of advice you would give?
For someone just starting out personal training?
Yeah, someone just starting out.
Simple, mate, get a mentor. Get a mentor, that's it. You're going to progress. If someone has done what you want to do, follow the footsteps in their systems.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just take action. That's it. I know it sounds easy, but the thing is,
right,
me being one of these people 3 years ago, it's a lot of self-doubt whether you're good enough to go on and do it, you know, and you are good enough. It's just a self-doubt thing. And also that return on investment, you don't see it until you experience it.
Yeah.
But hopefully somebody's watching this and they go, well, they might even know me from years ago. Like my clients say to me constantly, about every few months, we just see you getting better and better and better. And why is that? Because I'm following your footsteps. And anything you ask me to do, sometimes I don't think I'm good enough, but I'm always willing to try it. And once you try it and you realize I can do this, it keeps continuing. Unreal. So my word of advice to somebody coming through the ranks, if you want to progress, don't think you know it all, and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself massively. Don't care how much it costs. Go and do it. You will get back tenfold.
100%, mate. Always. Kev, if there was anything that I should have asked you today but didn't, what would it be?
If you shouldn't have asked me, I think we covered.
Did I cover everything?
I think so, mate. You know, suppose, I think it says the gym's in Kells, didn't it?
No, you didn't tell us that. You didn't tell us that.
Life Gym is in the Kells area.
Right, okay.
Slightly outside Ballymena. And I suppose if you want to find me, you'll get me on social media, on Facebook or Instagram on Kevin Change for Life Gym.
Kevin Change for Life Gym. And yeah, I think, again, we do get quite a few from Ballymena and stuff like that there. We always get like young lads and girls always contacting us and stuff. I think, again, as well there, for you, you know, if you are from that area, and you do want to possibly get an opportunity to learn under Kevin, there might be an opportunity for someone to do that there. Come in.
Yeah, I mean, if I can help someone, then I would most definitely help them. But what I would do at the minute where I'm currently at is I'll basically put them on to you, and that's the truth, mate. because I can help somebody and give them a little bit of experience. But listen,
Yeah.
if you're serious about learning and you want to bring yourself to the next level, you need to go to someone who is at that level, which is, I mean, you brought me to where I am. So why wouldn't you bring another person up?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like personally, I just think anyone that wants to get better, they need to find that person who is better and stop fanning about it and go and do it.
Stop fanning. Stop fanning about. That's going to be the headline. Stop fanning about.
If I look back 3 years ago, that's what I'd tell myself now.
Stop fanning about.
Oh, seriously, you're the one preventing yourself. You
Absolutely.
are the one preventing yourself.
Absolutely, bro. Kev, thank you for coming on today, mate. Thank you for taking the time out. I know you're a busy man.
Thank you so much for having me, mate. It's a pleasure.
No sweat, dude. 100%. I'll let you get back to work, mate. And I shall see you next week. Yeah, so I'll see you next week, mate. Thank you again, bud.
Mate. Thank you so much. See you later.
See you soon.